movie shoot with a movie class, and the movie scene was called North Pole Road. And it was based on a script that my movie teacher, Ron Hines, was doing. Well, luckily, I was smart and brought my camera to that, so I could do some behind-the-scenes footage and stuff and all that, the good stuff. But we're going to take you in the behind-the-scenes look of that, and we're going to give you exclusive interviews of Ron Hines and all the crew members, and just how the experience changed them and what it really meant to them. So, let's go on that road, the North Pole Road. Okay, so, what was this whole thing about? What were you guys doing?
Well, me and my friends joined this movie class, and our teacher Ron decided to show us this, how a whole scene would be played out if we were actually making a real full movie. And it was a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be, and yeah, it went through lunch, from morning to lunch to, it was just.
Yeah. Well, our teacher Ron wanted us to do a actual scene, to help us understand it. So we did a scene from a movie that he was making.
Well, it was a movie shoot for a movie making class that I signed up for, a bunch of other people, and Ron, the teacher guy, wanted to show us how to do a movie shoot, and let's just say it was fun, but it got a little distracting, but it was fun and took a while, but I had nothing to do that day.
We were taking a video class, and it was our first time to do a shoot of a real video. We got together at a house and spent the entire Saturday doing the shoot. We got to take turns doing each job, so that was kind of interesting.
Well, it was a movie shoot, and we were in this class with a couple of my friends, and we were doing this movie shoot. We were doing this movie shoot, and we all got together on a Saturday, and it was sort of like experience of how to really make an actual movie.
Cool. And did this feel like a real movie shoot? All the hustle and bustle of a movie shoot?
Well, considering it wasn't like a big-time movie shoot with actors like Matt Damon, Harrison Ford, and all those other guys, but, I mean, it was pretty accurate I think it would be pretty accurate to that, but, I mean, I didn't really feel like we were actually making a real movie, but it did feel that close to it.
Okay, well, LTD has a movie-making class, and all the beginning classes, about 6 weeks into the class, what we do is we do a movie shoot, and we take a scene from a script that's being worked on, and we take them out and let them actually shoot the scene. Usually a 2 to 3 minute scene, short scene.
So what was this scene about? What was the whole thing about?
Well, the movie is called North Pole Road, and I don't want to tell too much of the story. I know everybody has only seen one scene of it. I know a lot more because I'm writing it, but it's a story about an older man who actually is not retired, but is actually still working and owns a business that makes quite a bit of money. And this kid starts showing up at his doorstep all the time, and he kind of disappears and appears, and the kid, he can't quite figure out what's going on. At least that's what happened in the scene. But the story is really about the relationship between this kid and the old man and how they change each other's lives.
Okay, what's your next one, man? Oh, and do this. Put an X next to each one we've done. So we've done this one, right? First scene. We just did that one, so put an X. We need to get a close-up of him picking up.
Okay, so was this on a weekend or a weekday, or when was this?
It was on a Saturday in November, I think the 14th, I believe.
And were there a lot of people there, or were just 1, 2, or 3 people?
It was more those the two actors and 10 people.
Yeah, there was a majority of people, probably 11 or 12 people, actors, mostly crew members.
Cool. And how are the actors for you?
The actors were pretty good. I mean, off set, I think they just sort of fooled around, which is what actors do off set. But on set, I think they did it to their best ability.
Well, not really. It was only, let's see here, 10? I think. And
okay.
plus 2 of the actors, that'd be 12.
And like when you're making a movie, most people get really stressed out. Were you sort of stressed out when you were doing most of these different parts?
I think I was pretty calm.
Well, I think everybody did a great job.
Light on the rest of the area. Right there. Right there. Water. Your water. I know it. Okay. Why don't you go like this? You're gonna drink water right now. Be careful on the. Wait. That would be in the shot. Okay.
Like how many people were there?
12, pretty much. Nah.
And I've heard from some people this is sort of like the movie Up. Can you sort of tell me about how this is different from the movie Up?
Well, it's different from the movie Up because it has nothing to do with the movie Up. If you guys actually saw the whole movie, you would find that it's totally different. It has, you're not going to go off to another. The house isn't going to float away in balloons, and you're not going to go off to another world. And I was writing it way before Up ever came out. It's the reaction between the old man and the kid is autistic too. He's not just a Boy Scout, and a goofy Boy Scout. It's totally different. It has a different tone too, and it's not a cartoon.
Come over here. Right. Hey, we might be done early, guys. We're doing really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, come over here. We're doing really well.
Should we take down some of these?
You want to do it up, or do you want to? Well, I would actually get down here. I wouldn't get that far. That's too distant. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we could. That's fine. You okay?
Hi, I'm the community assistant director for the Five Shops. Five Shops. So far, we're doing pretty good. We're going to the trash can soon. I have to go now. Bye.
What was my favorite job? I think running the camera was my favorite job.
Who was in this one scene?
Well, so far as I know about it, there are 2 characters that I know. There is a autistic, I believe it is, autistic boy, and there is an old man who recently lost his wife or something like that. Yeah. And the autistic boy won't leave the old man alone. And that's as far as I can get with it so far. At least what we did.
So do you have like a special memory of what happened on that day?
Besides the pizza was very good.
Okay. The last question. Do you think the actors did a good job, or do you think they could have done a better job, or?
Well, considering they're inexperienced and they haven't acted before, I think they did a great job, as far as my experience goes, anyways. You know.
They were good, especially yeah.
Probably the first time we'd actually done a real movie shoot kind of thing, and I thought that was pretty fun.
And did you actually feel like this was actual movie shoot, like a Jason Bourne movie, or
Well,
or something like that?
in some ways, because it's not exactly a movie shoot with like big time directors, but for low grade stuff, it's pretty. It was pretty fun.
Like, what was your favorite thing about this day?
Oh, well, actually, I always enjoy movie shoots, and it's really funny because the students go, well, this isn't like making a real movie because, it's not. Obviously, they haven't been on movie sets before like I have. It's very much like a real movie. They would be really surprised when they're actually on. And I'm surprised because I know Giles has been in a couple of big-time movies, and it's very close. It's just that they have a lot more money and equipment. But the crews, and they have 50, 60 people crews instead of 10.
Yeah, a couple of years ago, Ron Hines did a couple other scenes. He did a bullying scene from one of his movies that's already made, The Bike. You can check that out on the LTD for Kids channel. And he did several other classes, including this one. Now he's doing the advanced class, like he said in the video, with me and a couple of my friends. I'm glad you could tune into the show today, and I hope we can see you again on another Making Movie Film. Remember, this is where it all happens. This is technically just stuff I do. I'll have you up with another episode in a couple weeks. But until then, I'm the Baby 75, and thanks for watching Making Movie.